guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing the September plan with me, and this is probably the longest video I have so far. It took me 3 days to film, like 4 hours to edit. It's been a process, so I really hope you guys enjoy. I'm really excited for this video. It was a lot of fun doing it. Clearly, as you can see, it's a little different from last time. This time I actually traced everything in pencil off camera, and here you'll see me going back, tracing them in black and coloring them. But yeah, so I am starting with the title page, and I'm making like this squiggly of leaves, I guess, on top, and now going in to fill with brown, basically. It took me a long time having to maneuver around the leaves, but it ended up alright. I also filled in the little strings holding my hanging plant in brown and colored in a little pots and stuff. So yeah. You'll also see me going in to color the little plants. I'm using many different kinds of green to color them. And I am shading them a little with the darker brown. And then I'm using a brush pen to do the calligraphy up front and filling in the calendar with black. You'll notice throughout this that I actually only did 29 days because I was very stupid and I didn't see the entire calendar, so I thought there was only 29 days, which was super strange because I don't think there's been a September in history that has had only 29 days. I don't think so. Maybe. Don't trust me on that. But so I was totally weirded out, and then I realized there was actually 30 days, but I had already done all this, so now it's a 29-day September for me, which I guess is fine. I could move the 30th on to next month, which is totally fine because it was a very uneven month since the 1st is on a Saturday and the 30th is on a Sunday, so yep. Since I'm not the best filmer, I kind of cut out some of it down here, but you're going to see it in a second. Basically what I'm doing is coloring in the table I drew and then going to color in the little plants and pots. And yeah. And then ending it, I will go back and do my little calligraphy header. Guys, don't judge me. I'm still not the best at calligraphy. At the moment, it's just cursive with thicker downstrokes and thinner upstrokes. But I have improved since I first started calligraphy, which was maybe 6 months ago. So, yeah. And my pens are kind of fraying a little bit and getting old, so I need to get some new ones soon. So yeah, hopefully by the end of the year I will have improved a lot with my calligraphy. I try to practice in my spare time, but I'm definitely not the best. Moving on to the next page, I basically made this huge header that says September, and it's kind of just a monthly overview showing all the days. Sometimes I do it like this, sometimes I do it vertically like I did last month, but this one's like this. So yeah. So right now you're going to see me coloring in this little pot thing. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to hold my pen the right way, so I'm usually blocking whatever I'm coloring. But you'll see it eventually. I'm working on it, okay? You'll also see that I totally messed this up and like it's smudged everywhere. So don't be impatient and rushing like I am, and actually wait for your ink to dry so this doesn't happen to you. You'll see me like try to fix it a little with whiteout, but yeah, I thought about going over like with a piece of paper and like redoing it, but it'd be kind of weird because it's taking up 2 pages and the little fold right there is gonna be kind of annoying and it'll be kind of bulky, so I didn't really want to do that. I just decided to accept it, and you know, the perfectionist in me had to go away for a second and just let it be. But yeah, okay, sorry if my head ever peeks in throughout this video, because I sometimes forget that I'm filming and there's a camera above me trying to get this footage that I have made for y'all. On the side over here where you also can't see because I'm still a bad filmer, oh there you go, you have goals above, important dates in the middle, and notes down below. So just the most crucial things, I guess. You could really do anything in this extra space, so be creative. So I'm using a Pigment Micron. I think I started with like the smallest size, which is like 0.05, and then I decided that it was too thin and it wasn't working very well, so I think later on you'll see me go in with a 0.2 instead, or 0.5, I'm not sure. But I switched my pen, so not that I don't like this pen, I love the small version, I use it all the time, mostly for small details though. I wouldn't use it for like doing this kind of thing like I am now, because you can tell because it kind of skips. I don't know if it's just drying out or something, but since it's so small, all the ink can't come out that quickly. But it's really nice when you're like filling in dates for the calendar or writing really, really small. So yeah. So now you'll just see me go in and fill it with numbers, and that footage got deleted, never mind, don't trust me, I just went in and filled it with numbers, that was about it. Now I'm moving on to another thing, and some of the footage here got deleted too. It was this huge process because my camera ran out of footage and I had to take everything and move it onto my computer and then delete it all and film more because I needed the footage. And it was this huge process, and during it, some footage may have gotten deleted, but I promise I will explain it all to you. Like right here, it's kind of my YouTube page, so I wrote YouTube on top. And instead of doing the leaves first, I decided to go in and do the brown first and see how it would work out. I think it worked out pretty good because I used it for the rest of it. It was a hard process, let me just say. It took a long time, and it was probably 50% of everything I did throughout this September spread, or took 50% of my time, just filling in all this and then going back and doing the leaves. And I did different colors. You don't have to. I suggest you do though. It doesn't have to be like 5 different colors like I decided to do, but even just like 2 or 3 might add some more, not exactly texture, but like, I don't know my words. You might know what I mean though. Maybe. Hopefully. Just, it makes it more interesting. Yeah. That works. So on the left side I have video ideas, and on the right side I have scheduled, which means I put the video ideas down and then I make a scheduled date for it for filming and editing and posting. And then I have notes down below to write any extra notes I need, like, hey, you need to charge your battery before you film or something, because my battery dies a lot. Let me just say. You'll also see that I colored in the little plant on the bottom. It kind of looks like asparagus now. I didn't mean it for it to look like asparagus, or maybe like pieces of grass just there, like tied together. They're actually supposed to be some sort of plant in a jar. But, you know, I'm fine with asparagus. You know, everyone likes asparagus. And now you'll just see me going in to color the leaves. And yeah, that was a long process. So we are about to move on to the next page, I think. I'm not sure because here my footage is kind of shaky. Not shaky, like, I don't know, slow. So my voiceover might be a little ahead or behind. But I'll try to get it spot on. I will try. On the next page, I am basically, well, I'm doing like a wish list and kind of bought thing just to keep track of the things that I want and the things that I do buy during the month, because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of spend a lot of money, or the money that I do have, I guess. And I thought this page was super cute. The wish list is in this kind of scroll thing going towards the back, kind of like rolling up towards the back, and then taped together with tape towards this page, which is supposed to be like a wall, and the bot is like a little note card with a backdrop that's kind of like pinned to the wall. And then I go in with a brush pen and just write them out, and then I will start to color my plant, my beautiful plant. And yeah, that's about it for that page. Sorry, I was a little ahead of myself on the last part, or behind, I guess. I don't know where the footage went where I was coloring a plant, but you can actually see it on this page because it kind of bled through a little bit. I'm not too worried though, because I will be filling in the habit tracker, which will cover that all up. And now I'm just going to go trace everything with my Pigment Micron. And yeah, tracing it in black. And that's about it. I decided to do the habit tracker and mood tracker on the same page. If you could see, the title is a little crazy, a little confusing, but I don't know, it works for me. And yeah, if you're doing something like this, I'm sure there's better ways that you could do your title, but this is just what I did. So yeah. Also, for your habit tracker and mood tracker, feel free to do any habits or any moods you want. I decided to do happy, neutral, tired, sad, and angry. I feel like those are, I don't know, pretty basic. There's not just the moods that I do have though. I have many other moods that I might incorporate next time, like stressed or annoyed or anxious. So yeah. It took me a long time to go over the habit tracker, considering that there were so many little squares. But I think this habit tracker will work pretty good, and I'm kind of excited for it. So yeah, I did a really simple mood tracker. I've never done a mood tracker like this before, where I literally just make boxes and put numbers in it, and all I have to do is fill it in. Like, usually I'm drawing something crazy or something. And yeah, sorry for the background noise if you hear anything. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So on the bottom here, you'll see that I have a couple of plants that I drew. One of them is in a kind of like jar, I guess, and the other two are in pots. If you're going to do this, just a quick tip, make sure you're using different plants in different size pots. That's definitely going to make it look, well, much more realistic, I guess. And yeah. Also, on the pots on the bottom, you'll see soon when I am actually coloring them. Hopefully that footage didn't get deleted, but when I am coloring them, I did the same. I went in with the lighter shade, and then underneath I did a darker shade. So kind of where like the top bit is, I did the darker shade, and then I did a little highlight with a white gel pen. You can kind of see on the side right here. So I guess the footage did get deleted, but you can see the finished product. So yeah, up here I am making a mile tracker, which is a 25 mile for the month tracker, which I know isn't a lot to some people. It's kind of a lot to me because I don't really do a lot of walking or running, unfortunately. I do during school. I probably walk an average of 1 to 2 miles throughout the school day, but I do not track that, and I'm not going to count that for this. This is like after school, so if I go on a run on some nights, because I do that sometimes, or if I just decide to go on a walk with my dog, because my dog loves walks. She is crazy about them. So yeah, you will see my title in a second, hopefully. But it just says 25 mile a month challenge. There you go. And then I went in with the brown and I did that, and I colored in the strings connecting to my little hanging plants. And I made sure to color in the leaves and of the little thing on top and of the plants. Different colors. Different colors. And by the way, I never mentioned this, but I am mostly using Crayola Super Tip markers for this. That's where most of the color is coming from. The only thing that is not is the little white highlights that I'm doing with a what is it called? A Uniball Signo broad white gel pen, which is the only gel pen I have, and it works pretty well. I've never tried any other gel pen, so I cannot compare, but that's just my experience. And I really thought that the highlight added a lot of, I don't know, extra to it. I don't know, a lot of plants don't really reflect the light, so they're not shiny, but some do, and maybe it could be glass instead of ceramic, or clay, or something. So yeah. So finishing up with this page, I am just coloring in the leaves, and I am about to move on to tracing the chart thing with my black pen. And yeah, I am doing 29 days because, as we all know, I messed up and I thought there were 29 days in September because I'm smart like that. And I am going up 25, clearly, doing 2 for each square, which means half of a square would be 1 mile, just to save some space and allow me to make those little plants, I guess. So yeah, you will see that in just a second. This is getting very difficult to talk for 25 minutes straight because I am running out of things to talk about. But yeah, maybe next time I will answer some questions or talk about myself or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out, don't worry. Maybe it'll make the video a little more interesting. But this is what we have for today, so by the way, all those little things on my desk now is eraser shavings, I guess. So yeah, just for you to know. I usually have a clean desk, just not during this filming process because I had to erase a lot of pencil. So yes. So I think on these pots I also did the little highlighting with the white gel pen, so you should see it better here. I'm actually going to do it. So that'll be great. So this next page might be the one that I use the most, and it's my study plan page. So if you saw my last video that was bullet journal ideas for students, I kind of went over some of the stuff I'm going to do here. This is kind of the one where you write down your chapter or assignment, and you write down everything you have to do for that chapter and assignment, so all the steps, and that's why there's so many little things. So I'll probably use them for chapters or projects because I do have a lot of assignments, and there's definitely not enough room for every single assignment, but there's that. On the next page I have a quote that I really like. It says, "Happiness is letting go of what you think your life should be like and celebrating it for what it is." And in the background you'll see that there are a bunch of squiggly lines. So these are actually supposed to be vines hanging down, I guess, from a ceiling onto like a wall or something. I don't know, whatever it is. They're just hanging down. And yeah. There's not much more I could say about that. This page probably took me at least 30 to 45 minutes just for like the vines and things in the back. So I kind of cut it off because I mean, I don't think you guys want to watch me coloring in leaves for 5 minutes. Though after this video you probably watched me color in leaves a lot. But yeah, that's basically what I started to do with different colors, because those different colors with some darker tones of green and some lighter ones. So yeah. So I'm just finishing up the vines and you're about to see the finished product. So yeah, this is the finished product, and now I'm moving on to our first weekly spread. Yay! I'm kind of all over the place with this weekly spread. I'm doing the calligraphy on the weekdays, and down below I have a study and sleep tracker. To the side I believe I have like an important section, and then like stats and income and expenses. Up above it says September with a little calendar thing. And I'm just tracing in black and going over my messy lines with a ruler so everything's actually straight. You'll see I added a lot to, I don't know, on the bookshelf, such as a globe and books and some plants, a vine in Saturday, and a picture frame at some point. So yeah, just adding a lot of little aspects to make it more interesting and like a cute, homey feeling shelf. Yeah. So I know this was a super duper long video. It might not seem super duper long to you, but for my channel and for me it was unbelievably long. Once again, I spent 3 days filming it. At this point, maybe like 4 or 5 hours editing, and yeah, it's been a lot, but I'm really proud with the result, and I hope gave you guys some ideas or something. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another video, and yeah, have a good week. Bye.